So welcome back to another in the series here of my built models. If you watched the first video, you would have seen a bit of an intro, but I'm going to throw this intro onto every video so you guys know what you're looking at. And basically, I'm going to be going over most of these models behind me. I completed before I had the YouTube channel started, so I'm going to be going through these bit by bit, quick little 5-minute videos, so you guys can take a look at the videos I've built. I'll talk about the model, some of the issues I had building it, how I liked or did not like that kit, and then some of the aftermarket, if there is any type of resin or aftermarket decals I used on the kit. And then at the very end, I'll throw up some pictures of the completed model so you guys can get a good view of what all these look like and what I went into, because there has been some interest. I've heard from you guys that you do want to see some more of these, and not all of them are going to have full up build logs. So you know, I can't do product reviews, I can't do anything on these ones that are built, so those are going to be included in these videos. So any of this series in this playlist, that's what it's going to be. So please don't come in here thinking you're going to get a full build log. So yeah, stay tuned. I will eventually have all of these videos done, and I'll have them all released. So stay tuned. And as always, my name is Sean, and this is Sean's Aviation. And just before we get into the video, something I should have been doing a lot more up till now, and that is just asking you guys out there, if you enjoy what you're looking at, if you like what I'm doing, go down below, click on the like page, subscribe to my channel, and by all means, please click on that little notification bell. If that way you guys get alerted when I do get more new content up. I usually try to do the what's on my desk monthly update beginning of the month. And I usually try to get a video or a series of videos released by the 15th, the middle of the month. So whether that's going to be a tips and tricks video, or an aviation history video, or my time-lapse videos of the previous model builds that I've got done, or an air show video, or some of my new product review videos I'll be doing. So I'm going to try to get something posted by the middle of the month. So please, if you're enjoying this, subscribe, like, and click that notification bell. Let's move on to the video. So for the next couple of videos in this built models series, we're going to be looking at my Mustang models, and this is the first one, which is the Accurate Miniatures Mustang I, either the P51, just the P51, no submarks, P51, or the Mustang I, depending on who you look at it. This is a British Mustang, so it is classified as the Mustang I. So this, as I said, Accurate Miniatures. It goes together relatively nicely. Not too many issues with it. Accurate Miniatures, they have a tendency to be a little fiddly when it comes to some parts. Some of the cockpit parts, they're just really, really fine details, and the plastic can be brittle, so it's really hard to cut those little pieces off of the trees. And then just trying to get everything sort of aligned can be a little fiddly, but this one came out looking okay. For decals, so the decals I used were Aerographics set, and this is for the set for Hollis Hills. And Hollis Hills was an American who joined the RCAF after the war broke out, because the United States wasn't part of the war at the time. So he joined the RCAF and went overseas with the RCAF, and he was flying with 414 Squadron, and he flew Mustangs. It was one of the first units to be converted to Mustangs early in World War II. And in 1942, April of 1942, he flew this particular Mustang AG 470 over the beaches of Dunkirk during the Dunkirk landings, and he is the first pilot credited with shooting down an enemy aircraft in a P-51. So he shot down a Focke-Wulf 190 over the beaches of Dieppe in this aircraft here, as I said, AG 470, and he, again, an American from Boston flying in the RCAF, flying an American-built Mustang over the beaches of Dieppe, over the Canadians that were landing, and he is credited with the first P-51 shoot down of an enemy aircraft. So I decided to do it up because there's a whole lot of going on with those stories. So I decided to do it up. Everything is camouflage was painted with the normal squiggly worm technique that I use. The yellow is all painted on. the yellow bands. The sky bands, I believe I painted on. I believe the sky band and the prop are both painted on. And then everything else is the decal sheet from Aerographics. It has a few issues. The colors aren't very... how should I say this? The colors are translucent. So if you look on the roundel on the side of the fuselage, you'll see where it has a little bit of a... Let me get a pointing stick here. So you'll notice where along the edge here there is a dark yellow and then a light yellow. There's two different color yellows, and that's because there's a white circle that's painted, and then the blue and the red and the yellow are painted over the white circle, and you can clearly see where the white circle ends and that little bit of yellow ink extends beyond the white. And you can also see it here in the tail flash. If you get the right look right there, you can probably make it out. You can't see it too much on the blue, but on the red you can see where that white stripe ends, and then the red continues on, and you can see the difference in color. So that red is a very translucent red, as is the yellow, and to a lesser extent that blue. You can make just a faint line there. So that's the only issue. You have to be careful with these. Aerographics are an older decal company. They are Canadian. They have been around for years. They are getting very difficult to find. I don't think they've printed them in many, many, many years, but you can still find a lot of them on the secondhand market or in the older stocks in hobby shops. But they have issues, and that's one of them, so you kind of have to take the good with the bad. But being that I could do this up in Hollis Hills aircraft is definitely a bonus. Little things I wish I had done a little differently when I built this, but I mean, considering what it looks like, I'm very, very, very happy with it, so can't complain too much. So there you go. That is my 1/48 scale Accurate Miniatures P51/Mustang I.
Thank you for watching, guys, and as always, if you are interested in any of the content you see, you can access my website at www.seans-aviation.com. You can see all the latest pictures of aircraft and museums and the build logs of all of my current models and past models on that site. And if you're interested in any of this content, please click the subscribe button here on YouTube to follow more. Thank you very much, and see you guys next time.